Hello. Can anybody hear me? Hey,
Yeah,
Ian,
what's going on?
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Not very well.
How about
Let
now?
me see what's going on here.
Testing.
Try now.
Testing, 1, 2.
Okay, we're good to go.
I'm trying to
What-
find you. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can flip this thing. There.
Say, awesome. So show me that base again. So what did they put in there anyway? Do you remember what did it have the pickup that they hogged that out for?
No. Just the body and the neck and the bridge and the pickups. And I cleaned it up on the mill. Dave Fliss did.
Oh, cool.
And we're just filming them, and Elise is getting a little lesson. Here's the first one. It's Alder.
Cool.
So
You did anything with that on paper?
I traced the edges on paper and then sanded to it. I always had a little pencil line and I glued it on top of that little. I got a whole piece of alder to do this damn thing. I had this body guitar that I use for some setup stuff and experimenting. And I almost cut a chunk off of this yesterday because my order for the alder didn't come on Sunday and I was getting too impatient.
Uh-huh.
Then I went and planed up a bunch of cedar to the size last night. And I said, screw it, I'll fill it with cedar. But then this morning I felt guilty and the order was done. So I'm wasting a whole alder body blank just to get this part, but I need some anyway.
Yeah.
Plus it's glued up with 4 pieces. So that
Hey,
it's
your shop's looking a lot better.
what?
I said your shop is looking a lot better.
Well, as long as you don't show you the wrong places.
Uh-huh.
So Elisa has been working on the bandsaw. All the cutting of this stuff, we're lining out together, and then I'm having her cut it while I watch her.
Elise, what do you think of cutting puzzle pieces for old bases?
I really like actually working on the machines. I like working on the bandsaw. So
Cool.
yeah. I
Did
dig
you
it.
have any shop teachers when you were a kid that were missing fingers?
No.
That
I know
was
my boyfriend knows a few people who've cut off a couple fingers on a table saw, but that's the worst I've heard about. Yeah. But the dude like wasn't paying attention either. So he was just being careless with it. So yeah.
and
That's my horror story.
Dan, you ever had any close calls on the bandsaw?
Who?
Have you ever had any close calls?
Hell no.
I always wondered about the that were missing fingers. Like I just assumed that if you worked with a bandsaw long enough, eventually you're gonna lose a finger.
I did have a little mishap a few weeks ago. Remember I told you?
Yeah, what was that?
I was changing the blade and cleaning the gunk off the wheels, but I hadn't unplugged the machine. And for a second, I was loosening the upper adjustment to slacken it so I could get it off. It turned on for about that long, turned on for a second, and that blade started jumping at me, man.
Yeah.
And that was, I learned a big lesson in hell, man. I'm 76. But
Yeah.
it made a little cut, but it could have been horrible.
Could have been awful.
God, yeah.
What's the sticker on there say? Unplug this machine. Oh no, on the guard. Your label maker sticker.
It says blade change 2/20/20,
Oh, cool.
except that's a year old, more
So
than a
you-
year old.
Yeah.
How often have you changed?
Way more than that. I just didn't pay any attention to it. Somebody probably Blake or somebody put that there, or Paul.
Yeah.
Paul makes these things. He has a little label maker.
Well, yeah.
That's Paul.
With great label maker comes great responsibility.
I don't know if I'll take it off or not.
Well, now you got a commemoration of when Blake changed it.
I think it was Paul.
So why did he blame Blake for the change?
Just first one of them that came to mind.
Oh, okay.
There was a bunch of them. Blake, Steve, Paul, all at once at some point. Can you imagine? What's wrong with me?
You had a big crew for a while.
So Elisa's now, I'm laying out a piece of alder so she can get the right angle of the grain for these different routes. See those? This channel and that one. So I got her with a little a square and a little angle gauge. So the piece of wood she cuts out will be exactly the grain going lengthwise, and it'll look cool. Plus, it's a good thing to learn to do. She could take any part of the grain she wants. But now I'm gonna cut this piece in half edgewise and have her do that too.
Yeah.
It's about 3 inches tall, probably 3 3/8 or something. And we put a new blade on the bandsaw. We're gonna split this thing. And she's learning about cutting wood. And the piece that we cut up off that body, there's a good sized chunk of it left now. Right here.
Hold on, let me check it out. I'm doing a little listen while we're talking. Oh man.
That's I'm gonna make a fence out of that right now. Because there's lots of wood and it's just perfect. And I'm gonna put 2 or 3 magnets in it. And I've made them before. It makes a great little cutting fence, and you can kind of move it with the grain of the wood.
Some guy named the Jam Jar is saying hello from the UK. We get a lot of UK guys.
Oh, cool. What's this on?
This is on YouTube. We're not breaking their algorithm or anything, but it's kind of fun to do, you know.
This is kind of like Work Along Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
the same?
No, this is just for the YouTube thing. The other one's for the Patreon thing. But yeah, the loop along, are you gonna make it to the Wednesday one?
Sure. I pretend every day is Wednesday now.
Hey, how's your humidity in Ohio right now?
Outdoors right now it's 61%.
That's pretty high. Do you get pretty humid in the summer?
Yeah.
Do you dehumidify your shop at all?
I do. I have a dehumidifier and an air conditioner. They're similar, but they do different things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What's that spray can? Is that on the right of your bench?
That's a Glupus spray can.
Different color, or is that?
Yeah, that's the I think that's the first generation.
It looks orange and blue.
Yeah, well, it's got all kind of different color. It's like kind of Art Deco. I think this is the first one, and this is the new one.
I know that one.
You know, Rick's always changing stuff. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Oh, the tin cup. That's actually iced tea, Mikey. Dan, how are your ears doing?
My ears,
Yeah.
pretty good. Considering that I wear hearing aids.
Yeah, yeah.
One of them just went off about a minute ago. I got to change the battery.
Yeah.
That's better than changing my diapers.
That's true. That's
That guitar looks, the color of that guitar looks nice from here.
it's pretty good. You know, what's your favorite Gretsch color? I'm kind of partial to the orange.
Orange is my favorite. Definitely. A good one of those has got a lovely look.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the White Falcon, I think, is gorgeous.
I told
White
you, Fuzzy's got that White Falcon that got. I probably showed you that when you were out. I show you that White Falcon that John D'Angelico had gussied up with DA appointments.
with some strange stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, it was just that White Falcon that I guess John thought wasn't much of a guitar, so he kind of took it over his own thing, you know.
I sort of thought it wasn't really great work.
Oh, that John did it. It was,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't as good as regular guitars for sure.
Is it working for you?
What's that? The CA?
What you're doing?
Yeah, I'm just building something up that I can bind to here. I gotta like rebuild this properly eventually, but right now I'm just making something to reinforce this rabbit. So when I bind around to it, it'll be have some semblance of square. These little wings up here usually break off when you pull the neck.
Yep. Oh, what a job.
It's a lot of work.
Crazy amount.
When's the last one you did?
The last one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably 3 years ago.
Yeah. Did you swear it was gonna?
Yeah. And it is.
I know.
I got to go find that form,
What form?
the binding form, just for fun.
Okay. Are you coming back?
Yeah, you'll know how much of a pain in the ass it was to even make the stupid thing.
So that was just for getting the binding in shape to glue on?
And particularly the both cutaways.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Did I show you what I did in here?
I'm not sure.
Let me show you again. Can you see what I'm doing? So basically what I did, can you see my knife here?
Here, and you cut a crotch down in there.
Yeah, I came in here and I pared this away. I put like a little bit of an angle on it. You know, the outside binding will probably be a little bit weird in there. But like when I put this first purple in here and just like press it in there, it's not doing that gap at the top. Like it just lays right in there when I push it in. Like I don't have to force it in or anything weird. It just goes right in for having that relief in there. I guess I don't understand why that does that either. Like something about that bend that like wants to push that, because that rabbit, I cut that with the router, and that rabbit was straight up and down as far as I could tell.
From Gretsch?
Yeah, no. After I routed the binding off, it was straight up and down. I'm sure it was total nonsense from Gretsch.
Were horrible. Most that I ever saw. How long is this show on?
Whenever you can bail anytime you want.
Do you guys do this all day?
No, this is just for fun. This is just for YouTube. There's only like 4 or 5 people watching, so
What's the black thing on the back of your wall, like an enlarging lens or something?
Now I had this idea that I was going to put my phone on this, and then I'm going to be able to get really good angles, which I kind of can, but I can't keep it plugged in while I do that. So, like I can get the phone over the guitar like that. Can you see that?
Yeah. You need a monitor then.
Yeah, I need a monitor, and I need I need like some way to plug it in while it's up there like that too. The thing that holds it kind of obscures the plug-in thing, and the Zoom Meet winds up draining my battery really fast.
You could put a magnifier in that thing.
You could. Oh no, it's just like a swing arm thing. Actually, I was thinking about putting a light on it because it's such a nice swing arm. It's way better than the swing arms from the modern swing arm bench lamps.
Or you could put a microphone on it.
You could put a microphone on it, yeah. But I'm doing this. I'm doing some private Lutheran lessons with this couple out of. I think they're out of Maine. And they sent me this other attachment that I'm going to try out. Kind of similar to this, but it clamps on rather than like screwing on. So what are you watching for TV these days, Dan?
We're watching whatever Joan wants to.
Uh-huh.
Mostly British crime things, either a movie or there's a lot of British crime series shows that either could be good or bad.
Yeah.
But we also will start one and bail if we don't like it.
What about 90 Day Fiance? Do you watch that? There.
I've got because there's so many TV shows now, I've got such a low threshold for annoyance with TV shows. If a TV show starts annoying me, I'm just like, ah. I turned one off the other day because they had a love triangle in it. I hate love triangles.
Then why do you watch?
Well, that one I turned off. What's your favorite? Do you like the British crime dramas?
Yeah, I like British stuff. I like England. It's a cool place.
You've been there too, haven't you?
Been there twice. Once only in Birmingham to that trade show with Stu Mack.
Uh-huh.
Then the year later, we went to the same show, but I took Joan and we spent 19 days over there.
Uh-huh.
and went all over England, came out the top.
Did you get tired of looking at castles?
No. Plus, I saw probably way more than a dozen luthier shops all throughout England.
Uh,
I could send you slides of that.
what's their thing? Do they have a specific instrument? I mean, beyond guitar, like, is there a traditional English, like, like Irish have their penny whistle or whatnot?
They make, like Stefan Sobel makes guitars, and he also makes citerns.
Uh,
I think the citern's one that's a historic folk instrument. It's on an equal with the guitar or any other stringed instrument
uh,
in the right context.
so I'm gonna be working. Do you remember Jonathan Radford from the Luthalons?
What's he doing?
Him and I are gonna make some videos on electronics. That's one of the reasons why I was making up that pickup. We're gonna try to make some education videos on electronics, but for guitar people, and
Awesome.
specifically for guitar people like me that has a hard time understanding things like that. We're gonna try to make it real simple.
That's what I need.
You never did? Did you ever do a deep dive on electronics?
Do the what?
Did you ever do a deep dive on electronics? Did you ever get into like amps and stuff like that, or was that?
No, I got as deep as the basics, and when it started getting into PC boards and all the weird shit, I never worked on many of those guitars.
Yeah.
They just didn't come my way.
Yeah, the PC board ones. I think those are pretty much disposable, in my estimation. I could be wrong about that though. I'm wrong about a lot.
Like a guitar with a Roland in it?
Yeah, I don't know what that's.
Hell no. No way.
Did anybody ever try to get you to work on a keytar?
On a what?
On a keytar? Remember the keytar?
Nope.
What's the weirdest thing anybody ever tried to get you to work on that wasn't a guitar? They were like, "Hey, can you work on this?" You probably worked on a few sitars, right?
You worked on it?
No, did you ever work on a sitar?
A sitar?
Yeah.
I actually had one for a while,
Yeah.
and I messed with that, but after that, I didn't ever take any on for work. It was too much out of my realm, and probably as complicated as setting up a guitar in its own way.
Yeah, no, they're crazy.
But I did get one from Herb's in the crazy days, but he took it back because I was buying it on time. But I had it for half a year or more, and I would just play things on it. I think I could get it in tune. It's an amazing instrument.
Yeah, it is.
Too delicate, and there's too many strings to be finicky. But you could have a good time with one. After that, no. I think I've probably worked on some gourds on the ends of those things on a tambour or something. I have done that. Probably more than once, I forget. I try to stay away from that. I'm gonna go look for that mold.
All right, man.
I'll check in.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.